Today's topic for class 12 is locational settings of India. Now, in order to cover this chapter, this is the first chapter, you can divide this chapter into certain important points. As you can see over here, the very first point given, why India is called a subcontinent. For this, there are two reasons, diversity and vastness. Now, diversity, you will have to explain what this point means. Diversity has 4 different headings, which shows that India has a variety of landforms. You have to mention lofty Himalayas. You can also write down high Himalayas, no problem. Fertile plains, because it's a flat land. Desert, elevated plateau. All these 4 points should be there in an answer of yours. Along with this diversity, you will have to add another point, vastness. Now, for vastness, 2 things you will have to mention. The latitudinal extent of India, you will have to give the exact latitudinal extent, and the longitudinal extent of India also. Unless you explain this, that is, give their extents, marks will not be given even if you write the 2 correct points. Alright? The next important point of this chapter is strategic location of India. How the location of India helps India in various areas, mainly in connections with different countries and mainly in controlling the trade relations. Now, this point is broadly divided into 3 different categories. First category, India location is such that it is at the center of the Eastern Hemisphere. If you look at the world map, you will find India is in the middle of the Eastern Hemisphere. That has given India the name Mistress of the Eastern Seas. This point has helped India tremendously in managing her trade connections with every country of the world. Second point, Indian Ocean, the only ocean named after a country. Is it really justified to call so? Definitely it is, for 2 different reasons. First reason, Indian Ocean links other countries to India, as well as it connects Europe and Asia. Now, what is so special about Europe? Europe is a developed continent. Asia is a developing continent. So, the moment they get connected, trade automatically flourishes. Next point of this segment is India shares the longest coastline with Indian Ocean. There are no other countries which share such a long coastline with Indian Ocean as India does. Therefore, it is very justifiable to call Indian Ocean an Indian Ocean. It may sound very strange, but that's how it is. And the third part is Suez Canal connects Africa, especially North Africa and southern part of Europe. So the moment this canal got opened, this brought these 2 places of the world closer. And that has also helped India in maintaining a very, very good trade relation. Now, summing up this entire portion, there are 3 questions given to you which you need to answer. Okay. First, why India is called a subcontinent, which was discussed earlier. Second, give reason to show that India has India is strategically favorable location. India's location is strategically favorable. The other part of this chapter is a very common question again in ISC. Why there is a difference of 2 hours between eastern and western limits of India. Now, eastern limit of India, Arunachal Pradesh, if you look at India's map. Western limit of India, Gujarat, sometimes called Saurashtra. Between these 2, there are 30 meridians, another word for longitude lines. Going back, if you push your mind a little back to class 9, you had done time sums. Over there it was said for 1 degree, time difference is 4 minutes. And what did you say? 30 meridians are there. So for 30 degree, time difference will be 4 into 30, 120 minutes. That is 2 hours. So that solves, or that proves that yes, there is, or this is the reason why there is a difference between the eastern and the western limit, and the time difference is 2 hours. Though India follows one single standard time, still. Arunachal Pradesh, being in the eastern side, will always be ahead in time compared to Gujarat, because Gujarat is in the western side, and any place in the east is ahead because they see the sun first. Now, next you have a tabular form that compares India, Australia and China. What do they compare? The latitudinal extent, the longitudinal extent and the area. These have to be learned up. If you look at the area, then area-wise Australia is bigger than India. How much big? 2.34 times. China is 3 times bigger than India in size, in area. Okay? So your entire chapter 1 of this class 12 is summed up over here. And you had previously 2 questions. 3 more questions are given to you as your assignments. Why there is a difference of 2 hours between eastern and western? Limits. It will not be hemisphere. Please correct it. It will be limits. And second, Indian Ocean is rightly called Indian Ocean. Justify the statement. Third, compare the size of China and Australia with that of India. So, completing these questions, you will be able to sum up the entire chapter within these 5 questions. These questions are your assignments which you need to submit once the school reopens.